Good evening, everyone. How is everyone? Today, or this evening, should I say, is the first time it stopped raining and the sun actually came out just a little while ago. And I thought it'd be nice to just do like a nice May evening tour of the allotment. So, just first off though, look, I've got a little basket, and we'll get to them, but it's to come and pick the sprout and broccoli. So, we'll have a little look around and I'll tell you what's going on, what I'm happy with, what I'm I'm really quite happy, to be honest. Everything's going all right, but there's quite a lot here, and what I'll do is I'll break it into two parts. So another video will be having a look in the polytunnel, because if you remember, I'm not saying I put all my eggs in one basket, but I put quite a few in a basket and brought up tomatoes and chilies. So I need to have a little look, see what's going in there. Now I know there's one thing in there that I'm actually quite happy about, but the next day or whatever, however long, that'll be a polytunnel tour. First off then, my name is Tony Smith, welcome to my garden. So yes, so that's a lovely, this is going to be, well, I'll tell you what. First off, I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't sown, this is going to be the sweet corn. So at the moment, I haven't sown sweet corn. It's May now, but I'm going to be starting sowing me beans, me dwarf beans, me kind of trellis beans, runner beans, all those kind of things, and sweet corn. I haven't done that yet, but this is where the sweet corn will go. Now that's quite a bit of space, and I'd be happy if I could fill it all with sweet corn, but we'll see how that goes. But that's quite a size area. The one thing that's not troubling is, but I haven't done yet, but I've plenty of time, is I haven't sown me parsnips for the parsnip challenge. So that's something that I've got to do, and the usual kind of re-sowing the lettuce and all, you know, like you say, spring onions and everything like that. So that's where I'm at the moment, but let's have a little look around. So like I say, this is going to be the sweet corn bed. This was the potato bed. This bed up here is going to be, I'm going to put out my Crimson Crush early tomatoes, which are hopefully in there doing fine. So the Crimson Crush are going to go there. Then I might have, I'm not too sure, either dwarf beans or something, you know, at the front. What I did the last year was, and I even might do this, you know, I had the Roma tomatoes hanging over, and I was late putting them out, but I got so many green ones that we've got more green chutney than, you know, it's still jars of the stuff, and it's still fantastic. So that's probably what that bed is going to be like there. This bed is yes, I know it needs a little weed there. This is me elephant garlic, and I wasn't going to do elephant garlic this year until I tasted it last year, and I've grown it every year, but I've never had a decent crop, and I've never really tried it. Now, Steve mentioned Green Side Up how to cook it, and it was a totally different way to the way I was botching things. So I fell in love with it all over again, and hence I've got quite a number of bulbs. And what I want to do, hopefully, is there's one catch, hopefully, is keep my own bulbs for next year as well, because they're expensive for the amount you get. But on this allotment plot, this beautiful allotment plot, we do have like onion rot, white onion rot, and I've got quite a few onions, so, but it's never affected me elephant garlic no matter where I put it, so hopefully I can get away with that. The bed down is the outside garlic, and let's have a look. Did I put? Let's see, it's beetroot mix. So that's not the right side. I'm trying to. It was the one that don't put the scapes on. I can't remember offhand because they bulb up quicker. So I'm hoping that again I can miss the white rot with this garlic. Sole and white, I think. If my mind is correct. Next bed down is, they're looking good, to be honest. They're doing exactly what I want. Those are my Marathon Calabrese, And if you remember last year, I had a great crop. It was actually in this bed, and I've done an early crop, and I've got some seedlings in there as well. So hopefully I can kind of transition to the next batch once these start coming. But they're looking, to be honest, they're looking great. You know what I mean? There's nothing affecting them. I didn't put any of the, I was going to put some slug pellets down or anything like that. I haven't done anything. But bear in mind, this has had umpteen loads of, the good compost, or my homemade compost. So it's had a good feed, this bed, because there was a few concerns that maybe some of my beds lacked a little bit of nitrogen and stuff like that. So I've really this year hammered them with feed, you know what I mean? So moving up this is one of my beds. This bed, and actually that bed, is the red onions. I think the Brunswick, I think, possibly. I might have a label down there. First year I've ever grown from seed. Normally I'm just a set man, I just put them in the sets. The red onions fail, they're always bold, but I get the white onions like the Stutter Garden or the Stir On. So this year we did, if you remember, I don't know if you watched or not, but we did the special on Boxing Day where we sowed our seeds on Boxing Day. So all these onions there now are the result of the Boxing Day seed sowing special, and I've still got some in there as well, so I can pop someplace. They're still, you know what I mean, I'm still going to get them in somewhere, just time, to be honest. So again, these are the red onions, and I'm hoping so much, because we go through so many red onions, you know what I mean, like one onion, we make a salad for tea, that's one onion. And I'm not bothered about, I've told you this a few times, you know what I mean, just little ones, just any size will do, Right, so this is my sprouting broccoli, and it's right in the middle at the throes of it. It's thrown so much up to the point where sprouting broccoli again. But I'm coming, after I've done this little kind of tour, I'm going to harvest all that and get it in that basket, and hopefully just steam it. That's how we like it, just to steam it. Moving on. This is, now I can see, but this is, I think there's 4 rows of the bolt hardy, the beetroot. Now I'm just showing you this there. I think that's one there. So it looks like germination is coming. It might be hard to see on the camera, but I'm going to wait a little bit, then, like weed it, because there's a lot of weeds in between there as well, So again, this was with that kind of toilet paper strip, like seeds are kind of intertwined in this kind of strips of toilet paper, along with the carrots. Now at this moment you can't see them, but even I can't see them. There's 4 rows of carrots in there, and they have not germinated yet. And what I wanted to do, these were kind of the ones these were the carrot flyaway, so they were kind of carrot fly resistant. But they're resistant to germinating at the minute. I mean, hopefully they'll come. The temperature's starting now to get up. So fingers crossed. Fingers well and truly crossed. I'll be thinking about putting another few carrots in somewhere within May, you know what I mean, as well, for the succession. Strawberries. Now, these are a new batch of strawberries, and you can see they're kind of not doing so good. They got a bit battered with the kind of, I did them just right on when we had the heavy frosts, and it knocked them. There was actually two beds of strawberries. There's still little, there's a little one poking through there. I don't know if I've lost one there. I'm just leaving him, you know what I mean. We'll see how these lot go. On this bed I kind of sacrificed them, and I've put other things in. As you can see, I've put the Roma Cos lettuce in, and some more of the red onions as well. And it's just, this bed's just going to get used as a kind of a dumping ground, do you know what I mean? I'm going to start using these lettuces as soon as possible, and bang some more in. Right, this bed is my cheap Amazon bed that I built it upside down, built it wrong, but this got the garlic in as well. Now I just weeded this not long ago, so this has had, and to be honest, I've done the beds, you know, it's like weeds just germinate straight away. But I've done the beds possibly since I've, you know, planted the garlic 4 times, weeded them, and like I say, that's been just done. But I can see them, it's coming again, you know. This is a spare bed yet to be used. Probably going to be igloo cauliflower, if I'm honest. I've got it in there. Hopefully everything is going all right. Rhubarb is, like I say, we're starting to pick it there now, and it's lovely. There was 2 boat crowns in there. It's took a while for the second crown to kind of kick in, but now it's coming for some reason. But it's took about 2 years to kind of to get, you know, the right place to start growing anything. But it's there. What we got in here, we have the Marge 2 in here as well. I can't see any germination. I mean, I just put that in not that long ago as well. So there's Marge 2 in there. I think there's 2 rows of 2, if you know what I mean. So there's a row there with 2 sets in, and there's a row there with 2 sets in. And eventually I'll use, I don't know if you can see there, like a kind of pea sticks, put it in and like just string it all up so they can get in. What we got, these are, I was wondering what these were. These are the stir-on onions. Now I don't know if you can see, but I did it the other day. Just calcified seaweed. I put all on me kind of allium, the little kind of tip from Steve there, just to give them a feed. So that, you know, the 2 red onions, actually the garlic over there, the garlic there, and I've got some, we'll get them there, with some early onions. So all of them have been fed with calcified seaweed. So if I had the time, I would put in here some rows of radishes, just as the potatoes. I've got potatoes in here, as you can see. First time for a few years, I've just put them directly in the ground. King Edward potatoes, I've got 3 across, so I've 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all the way up. And like Mark said on Mark's allotment plot, put some radishes in, so you've got some, you know, they'll come straight away. But I just haven't had time. But it's a possibility. These were on the last warning last year. These are my raspberries, autumn blush, I think they're called. And last year I was thinking, well, if they don't, because I've had not that good at crops, but last year I did. And everyone says it takes a little while to, it takes, because I'm not like a fruit grower at all. You know, the strawberries and the raspberries are a little bit out of my league. But they were hanging on, and they've come good. I'm looking there now. This side, to be honest, doesn't look, I know there's a lot of weeds in there. I'm just leaving them, to be honest. The kind of raspberries will take over. But that side looks a way more vigour and health than this side. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, so that's part of the allotment. This, I don't think you see this strip. I sometimes put stuff in this bed. These were actually free daffodils. My mum ordered a load of tulips. They sent the wrong ones, and we got like a load of daffodils. So I've just put them in there. And this bed, this, like I say, I used to put like, you know, like chard and things like that, but I'm just leaving it this year. I'm not even gonna, you know, I'm just gonna let these die back, the daffs, and just leave them like that. Right, this is the next bed. Now this bed is, I think it was either this bed or that bed. Yeah, no, I'm gonna probably change my mind. This bed is going to be the parsnip bed. I want to keep a close eye on them. Once I sow them, this bed is going to be the parsnip bed. It's always it's a nice bed, this one. It's right next to the polytunnel. I don't know what it is, but it's probably, out of all my beds, it's my favourite bed. You know what I mean? That bed there is my first bed. I'm quite proud of that one. But this bed, it's a nice size. It's a lovely depth, and I really enjoy that bed. So beans, broad beans there. These are the, I never can pronounce them, Claude adults, whatever, you know, ones. I was one of the lucky ones that didn't lose them in the frosts. You know, these kind of heavy frosts we had. I know Steve lost his, but these have kind of coming through, and the flowers are on there now, so it won't be long before the pods start coming on. So in terms of allotment management, this will be one of the first beds as well to kind of, I can change over and put something else in. So, but I'm looking forward to the is that just them? Oh, they're flowers. I thought they were like little pods there. This is a spare bed. It's probably going to be a cabbage or some, you know, some sort of brassica. Maybe the calabrese over there, you know, maybe put the next round of calabrese in there. What we got here, this is just a actually there's two cabbages in here that I'm probably going to pick this one tonight as well. That's run to seed, but quickly get that cleared out and I can get something in there. Again, I think I've got some Brussels sprouts or some cauliflowers, or there's, you know, there's other cabbages there. Quite easy to do that. So just getting round to it. Leeks have been lovely. I lost a few to seed, but the ones now, you know, in there are nice. You know, you can just see like they're a nice size that's coming off there now. So I'm quite happy. Yeah, there's a couple have went to seed, but and what I love about them leeks is you just sit there. Do you know what I mean? You can kind of keep them for quite a while, never just panic and just leave them. You know what I mean? This was my parsnip bed. Again, I'm not 100% sure what's going in there. It'll be just something to kind of get maybe some more onions. I'm not 100% sure, but this was the old parsnip bed, and I've had great success. But I'm putting them in that bed just so I can get more in, because once we're doing the challenge and once that end date comes and you know, I've got to come up, I want to have a few chances of showing like a nice nice parsnip. Right, those are just going to be used as spring onions. Actually, I could use them as onions, you know, but thin them out. These were these were the sets that I had in the hut for 2 years. I've put them in and they're away. These are white onions. Like I said, the other ones would just run to seed, and if they were red, they would just be kind of wasted on it. You know what I mean? It's best just to get them as spring onions. This is last year's chard bed, and I'm just going to actually, while I'm here, pull the heads of the dandelions because I don't want them flowering everywhere. I've got to have quite a few there, but getting some lovely pickings from this. It's sweet as a nut, this chard. It's the hook. I forget the full name for it. Hook something, white hook, but it's lovely, absolutely lovely. And like I say, I've just been kind of scything right off at the base and taking the whole plant and then letting it come again. This went right through them frosts, and you know, we're a little bit lucky because we've got the sea, you know what I mean, 500 yards that way, so we're in like a mild climate, but there was every chance we could have lost it, but I didn't, you know. All looking nice there. So just getting these bloody weeds. I mean, to be honest though, this bed is so soft, it's quite easy to get the weeds out, you know what I mean. I'll just show you. There's like a dandelion. The soil's just, you know, you can get the taproot comes pretty good, but it's still, you know, it's still a nuisance. Weeds, all weeds are a nuisance. Again, right, this bed is just it's a spare bed, so I've got the celeriac in, a few spare celeriac and some salad, some lettuce, again Roma cos, and that was just to fill up from this bed because I've got them in that bed as well. So this, I struggle like anything with this celeriac, so it's a try, and if it comes, it comes. These were bought celeriac, just the right faff for germination, so we'll see how it goes. I'm quite happy with these, mind you. I didn't think they were doing anything. They've sat for a while, and yes, this really needs next week for us to get down there and get weeding out. These are the Japanese onions that'll come start a little bit earlier, so you've got, you know, I mean, I could pull them now and have lovely, I could have a new bed and some nice spring onions, but I'm just going to let them come, and they'll not go that big, but they'll certainly, you know, be like a decent size onion. So, oh, that bed, I forgot this bed. This is like the Italian salad, which is kind of coming to its end. It's, you know, it's starting to kind of go to seed, but Just a fabulous lettuce. That and the Roma Cos ones are just lovely, you know what I mean? And these are just volunteers I've just been banging in. Again, a weed sharp come, you know what I mean? So, but on the whole, I'm quite happy with where things are going. Do you know what I mean? I'm on top of things. Yeah, to be honest, you know, you come to a bed, I weed it every time. Do you know what I mean? Every time I kind of come and do something. I'm just looking at this bloody big dandelion there as well. You know what I mean? Like, so you can pull it, because they're all just like, it's all just soft soil, you know what I mean? It's just like compost on top of compost. But anyways, this is the tour. I haven't got anything in that bed for some reason, which is a shame. So that's the state of play for May. In, like I say, it's just, things are just starting to come. So this is going to come soon. The broad beans, I'm in now with that. The celeriac will be soon. Come June, I'm going to say June the 24th, the garlic will be out, the onions will be up. We're just on the precipice of the glut coming, and like I say, we'll have a look in the next tour, next video coming. We'll have a look in there, and I'll show you my plans for, because it's quite a different setup I'm going for in there. Look after yourself, take good care.